Next, George Pell pleads not guilty to historical sexual offences. Free TAFE courses headline the Victorian budget. A missing camper found alive in South Gippsland and a mower unit gutted by fire. 9 News Gippsland next. Tonight, Cardinal George Pell committed to stand trial on multiple historical sexual offence charges. Elation as a camper missing in Gippsland bush since Friday is found safe. The Victorian Treasurer hands down his pre-election budget. Regional business, TAFE and mental health, the biggest winners. A mower unit gutted in a suspicious early morning blaze. Neighbouring homes saved by quick working fire crews. The developer behind a Cape Patterson estate claiming it's Australia's most efficient housing community. And unlimited data fast becoming the latest battleground in the telco wars.
This is 9 News Gippsland with Joe Hall.
Good evening. Cardinal George Pell has shouted not guilty after being committed to stand trial on historical sexual offences. It's now up to a county court jury to determine whether the Vatican Treasurer is innocent or guilty. Court reporter Jade Vincent.
The Cardinal would have hoped this was his last day in court.
Free TAFE courses, tax cuts and hundreds of millions of dollars to tackle mental health and drug addiction are among the big ticket items in today's Victorian budget. Treasurer Tim Pallas has pitched it squarely at regional Victoria and Melbourne suburbs. State political reporter Andrew Lund begins our coverage.
As the budget truck pulled into Parliament, Treasurer Tim Pallas delivered a few surprises.
This budget invests in the biggest shake-up of vocational education and training in Victoria's history.
Regional businesses are going to win big, with the government announcing further payroll tax cuts will come into effect in July. Despite that, the Nationals claim regional Victoria is getting a raw deal. Alexandria's Atzamarkas reports.
Regional Victorian business owners have welcomed another payroll tax cut, a move they say will go a long way in increasing profits. Alexandria Dadzamarkas, 9 News.
The family of a missing man lost in the South Gippsland bushland for 4 long nights have cried tears of relief for his miraculous survival. Sebastian Ereforge was missing for 4 days until he turned up at a Tora North farmhouse. Charlotte Lamb reports.
It was a boys' trip gone horribly wrong, but thankfully a happy ending.
I said to Alyssa, I'm never going to have a happy day in my life again.
A mower unit still under construction has been gutted in an early morning fire. Police have deemed the blaze suspicious, but the fire was contained before spreading to nearby properties. Emma McCarthy reports.
The sorry sight of charred insulation bats and burnt panels is all that remains of the Wirraway Street unit, gutted in an early morning fire.
A residential estate in Cape Patterson has been touted by its designers and builders as Australia's most efficient housing community. It's claimed some houses at the Cape are zero-bill homes that pay their residents to live in them. Alexandria's Atzamarkas reports.
In some cases, power bills are a thing of the past in this Cape Patterson estate.
A couple living in it full time with a relaxed energy use, so they leave lights on, they do things as it suits them.
Wellington Shire Council has created a super-fast Wi-Fi platform to better the learning outcomes of the region's high school students. EduCloud is available at the Port of Sale, so students and teachers can access learning resources outside the classroom. A Melbourne fisherman has had a more than successful catch of the day, reeling in this monster 349-kilogram swordfish in the Gippsland Lakes, about 100 kilometres off Lakes Entrance early on Sunday morning. The swordfish, which was caught on a 37-kilogram line, could be an Australian record and is in the process of being taxidermied. Now let's take a look at the average low price of fuel in Moe tonight. AFL great Mark "Bomber" Thompson has been charged with a string of serious drug offences, including trafficking. Let's go live now to Currie and Greenbank at the Melbourne Magistrates Court. And Currie, he's been granted bail.
Well, Joe, that's right. Mark "Bomber" Thompson has just been granted bail here at the Melbourne Magistrates Court. He has just walked from court. He is on a $20,000 surety and he's also facing strict conditions. So he has just been granted bail. Joe, he was just released a short time ago. He's on strict conditions. He now has to report to police 3 times a week.
Thanks, Carrie-Anne. There's been anger from Telstra customers across the country with a major outage affecting thousands of users. A temporary issue emerged about 1 o'clock this afternoon, affecting the telco's 4G network and preventing users from making or receiving calls. When 9 Local News returns, an emotional plea for the return of one man's pride and joy stolen from Obama property, a scathing assessment of the culture at the Commonwealth Bank, and a shunned star out to make Harvey Weinstein pay. It's hoped a new requirement to display the kilojoule content on all ready-to-eat foods will have an impact on growing rates of obesity. From today, Victorian fast food and supermarket chains must abide by the labelling laws and show the figures on their menus. Now here's Alexandra Keefe with the weather details.
Well, Joe, the first day of May brought plenty of sunshine to the state, but also areas of smoke haze from planned burns. We reached some very pleasant maximums, Wodonga topping 25. And if you were thinking we'd just come off a very warm April, you'd be right. Victoria's driest since 1997. But we can finally expect some widespread showers on Thursday with a cold front setting in, up to 5 millimetres in most areas, but the northern ranges could receive up to 15. And Joe, we could even see more shower activity later in the week.
To finance and the Australian share market forged further ahead into 6,000 territory, with the big banks performing solidly. The All Ordinaries Index added another 28 points. Our dollar's trading around 75.25 US cents. Nathan Currie joins me now with sport.
Thanks, Joe. Ant and Woolley will join us live after the break for the latest on Collingwood's injuries. Also tonight, Christian Petrarca tells why playing last weekend could have led to a lost finger. Jake Carlisle's blunt assessment of how the Saints are travelling. And Ben goes big on bling, but the 76ers fail to shine. Welcome relief for Collingwood with Darcy Moore and Taylor Adams set to return from hamstring injuries. Live to Ant and Woolley at Magpie headquarters, and Ant, a timely boost.
It certainly is, Nathan. Taylor Adams expected to come straight back in for Sunday's clash with Brisbane at the Gabba. Both he and Darcy Moore tonight training with the club's VFL side here at Olympic Park.
Melbourne's Christian Petrarca has revealed that if he played in Sunday's win over Essendon, he risked having his finger amputated. Petrarca was discharged from hospital today where he was treated for infection from a dog bite. Corey Norris spoke to him.
Of all the injuries, this was the last Christian Petrarca expected to land him in hospital for 5 days.
Let's turn our attention to the Latrobe Valley Soccer League, and ladder leader Newborough United may be heading into a bye, but the side can't take a break just yet. It's preparing for a Battle of Britain quarter-final tomorrow night with Moa United. Emma McCarthy reports.
With a 4-0 victory over Fortuna, another major win for Newborough United has solidified the team's place at the top of the LVSL ladder.
Latrobe City Energy's imports are adamant their team is turning around its Big V season after a shocking start to the year. Energy secured its first win of the season at the weekend. Charlotte Lamb has more.
Energy may be coming off a loss to Keysborough on Sunday, but it's Saturday's performance against Collingwood that's got the team excited.
And Joe, that's all from me.
Good, thanks Nathan. Coming up in 9 Local News, Alexandra Keefe with all the weather details.
Good evening. Good evening. Well, it's the 1st of May, but many in the Latrobe Valley could have been fooled into thinking it was already winter this morning. Just 1 degree at 7:20. But we warmed right up to 24 degrees. And across Gippsland, we saw more of those very chilly morning temperatures, single digits across most of the board, but then sunshine and maximums in the mid-20s, along with areas of smoke haze. Statewide, Melbourne, central and eastern areas awoke to smoke haze from planned burns. It was partly cloudy around Victoria and temperatures sat comfortably in the mid-20s up north. More cloud cover setting in on Wednesday with mild to warm temperatures, some early morning fog in the southeast. Then on Thursday, that cold front we've all been waiting for will move across the west during late morning, hitting central districts in the evening. While 5 millimetres is predicted for most areas, up to 30 could fall in the northeast ranges. There'll also be some fresh northerlies picking up during the day, especially in elevated parts of the state. That band of rain clearing during Friday morning, but we're heading for scattered showers about the southwest coast and northern ranges. There could even be some snowfall about the Alpine peaks. Taking a look at our capital cities tomorrow, partly cloudy and 24 in Sydney, up to 27 in Adelaide, showers and 20 in Perth. And in Melbourne, we can expect a mostly cloudy day with a top of 22. There may be some high breaks in that cloud cover tomorrow, the sun peeking through in Geelong. Mildura, the warmest place to be, right up to 27. And in Gippsland, our overnight temperatures will be much more comfortable. Then by morning, we're heading for some patchy morning fog and more of that haze, a top of 24 in Bairnsdale, 22 in Warragul and Traralgon. In Sale, it'll be a hazy 23 tomorrow with some light winds. Then on Friday, a top of 19 with a high chance of rain in the morning. Then mostly sunny on Saturday, 20 degrees, and Sunday could bring with it a shower or two. Bairnsdale residents can expect partly cloudy 27 on Thursday. Then Friday could bring some morning rain, but a very fine 21 on Saturday, more showers on Sunday. Then in the Latrobe Valley, more haze and 22 degrees tomorrow, late rain on Thursday, a top of 25, then more showers on Friday and Sunday, before we're heading for some more fine weather, Joe, and I'll see you again with more details tomorrow night.
OK, thanks, Alex. And that's 9 local news for this Tuesday. I'm Jo Hall. Thank you for joining us. Good night.